I think after a while I was like, wait
a minute.
Are they all just racist?
Uh-huh.
I'm starting to think that maybe the puppets aren't the racist ones. Hello, Jasons and Melissas, and welcome back to the fourth and final season of Rewatching Home Movies, a weekly watch-along podcast where three friends and one guest break down the 1999 animated series Home Movies. My name is Tim, and I'm obsessed with home movies.
My name's Adele, and I'm a home movies newbie.
My name's Marcin, and I've never seen home movies.
My name's Craig. I am a longtime listener, first-time caller, second-time guest.
Even a first-time caller, you've been here. Home Movies, Season 4, Episode 12, titled Temporary Blindness.
How do you know?
Because when I went to full screen the image,
Of a bitch.
it was on it just popped up in the bottom screen. I don't know what player you use, but I've never seen a title pop up right where I have to be looking.
It's VLC, and yes, it does that. That's why I always tell you to look away. Original air date March 28, 2004 on Adult Swim. Written by Brendan Small, Bill Broadus, and cast directed by Lauren Bouchard and produced by Jack Ferriolo. Synopsis for this episode. Coach McGurk's eye surgery goes wrong. Meanwhile, Brendan, Jason, and Melissa are assigned a family tree project in school. So there you go. I mean, was there any surprises with the name of the episode?
I mean, there could have been. But like, I didn't think of anything. I thought it could have been like some medium, something. I don't know. It's not the worst thing because
he's pissed.
Yeah, I mean, we showed up and he's getting LASIK, so it's fine. If this happens to me on the last episode, I'm going to lose my mind a little bit, but that's fine.
I'll make sure it doesn't happen.
I'll blind you.
I'll get it all set up.
Blindfold you. Yeah, we'll give you some LASIK eye surgery first.
Yeah. So, well, gang, we're going to jump into this episode, but before we do, of course, we're going to jump into the creative corner, which is something in the realm of creativity we're consuming or producing that we want to bring to light. Like, genuinely, no buts. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
That is Adele.
Yeah, that is me. Hello. So, my creative corner this week is something that I have been recently obsessed with, and that is a short series on YouTube called The Amazing Digital Circus, and it is set in like an animation style, kind of like PC games from like the 90s, early 2000s, like that kind of like bubbly kind of 3D animation style. And it is about humans who are trapped in this virtual space. And there is like this, it's actually inspired by I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. They have this character who will like put them in these like adventures, and they have to like, do what each episode's a little bit different. I don't want to give too much away, but there is one episode where they work at like a McDonald's type situation. It's one of my favorite episodes. But each character has like its own archetype, and it talks a lot about like mental health and mental illnesses and kind of like, the entrapment of life and things like that. So I just really like it. It's beautifully done. It's very like, it looks like it would be for kids. And I think, depending on the type of parent you are, I'm sure your kids would like it too. But it's very deep. It's very heavy at times, but it's also very funny and very fun. And yeah, Tim and I binge watched the first 6 episodes the other day, and the 7th one should be coming out in a month or so, something like that. And there's going to be 9 episodes altogether.
Isn't it also on Netflix?
No, it's only on YouTube.
It's only on YouTube.
And
what's that channel? Glitch?
Glitch is the YouTube channel.
They have some good stuff on there.
They really do. And it's all independent. They're actually selling some of their merch at Hot Topic, which is pretty cool. But they have another show. Do you remember what the other show was? We watched the first.
We did.
The Gaslight District. That's
right.
What it was called.
The animation for that one was so cool.
Yeah, very intense animation, very fast, very like that same kind of like it's like 3D style animation. So.
I almost said it was like if Tim Burton did stop motion animation stuff. Tim Burton has done stop motion animation stuff for Christmas. Yeah. But it's got that kind of like vibe to it for sure.
Right.
And then, if you're listening to this, you probably like the show Home Movies. And what we love about Home Movies is the background catches. Is like this show is so filled with background catches. I was telling Adele when we got done watching the 6 episodes, I was like, this might be a good breakdown podcast show.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to lie, this might be a pretty good one.
Like, each character kind of represents like a different mental illness or like mental health struggle, or just it's very, and there's like a certain aspect of the show that kind of like hints at like suicide and things like that. So it is very deep. Hello. Nice to meet you. My name is Adele. That's usually what I go for. But at the same time, it is deeply funny. And I remember like we were laughing through the majority of it as well. So it's a very good watch. So I definitely suggest it. And each episode's only like a half an hour. So
right.
Is it one of those things where a child could watch it, but it's when they get older, they'd be able to get the messaging? Yeah. Okay, so it just goes over their heads? Yeah,
they don't even swear in it. When the characters swear, it like bleeps it out because they're not allowed to swear in the digital space. So
yeah, there's a very big like, what's going on here kind of mystery in this show.
If you're a parent who is very like open about talking about like mental health with your children, this would be an amazing show to watch with your kids because does it have some more mature themes? Yeah, but it's not to the point where it's like, oh, kids can't fucking watch this shit. Mm-hmm. I know our mutual friend Teresa, her niece watches it. So
yeah, but what doesn't she want?
Okay, I'm trying to make a case here.
But yeah, the Amazing Digital Circus.
Yes,
and it's on the YouTube channel Glitch.
Correct.
Very, very highly recommended.
When did this come out?
It came out, like, the pilot episode came out 2 years ago.
Okay.
So there's been a lot of episode gaps in between each episode, but lately they've said that they're going to be churning out the last 3 episodes pretty quick.
Yeah, I was going to say the last episode, I think it said it dropped like a month ago.
The last episode was maybe like a few days ago. Maybe a week ago.
And then before that, it was
2 months. And so they said it's not going to take... Yep, that's the main character, Pomni. She's amazing.
Okay, because I've seen like this image just circulating over the internet, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
The characters definitely look like something you would see in like horror...
SCP?
Yes.
That's the one.
Kind of like Backrooms type games. Like they're very cool character design.
Also, there's a lot of like, there's some trippy scenes in it too. So if you like to partake in the marijuana, I'd say smoke it before. Because it's definitely, it's a really good show. I'm contemplating rewatching the entire thing before the next episode comes out.
I should get my kids into it, but I should also have them smoke too.
Yep, exactly.
Exactly.
And that's a good dad.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell. If I'm going to tell you about all these things, I'm going to tell you about something else as well.
Yeah.
It's how to deal with it.
Right.
Hell yeah. Well, great creative corner, Adele.
Thanks.
All right. Who would like to go next?
I will go next. So for my creative corner here, I have been thinking about it because we have like 2 creative corners left, and this one being one of them. So it's like, oh God, what do I really want to talk about?
Pressure's on.
Yeah, exactly. When I moved to Kentucky for like 8 months, I had nothing to do down there. And the one thing that gave me solace was a hobby of mine that I never really partook in, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a card game that we all know is also an anime that everyone is also very familiar with. But something that I'm pretty sure nobody knows is that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is extremely complicated. It is, I'm not sure if you play Magic as well, Craig, but I know Tim plays Magic.
Oh, I do.
And it's a card game. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! So much just because of a lot of nostalgia, and I love the art, and I love how goofy it is. There's a whole deck around tunes. But my creative corner is one of the formats. So just a little bit, when I went down to locals and I started actually going to events, the deck I built was only because I loved the deck and the monsters. It wasn't about how functional it was. They're Ojamas. I love Ojamas, but they're like one of the worst decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! So I essentially bought this very expensive deck to lose. And I remember I went and I played against this 16-year-old kid with a lisp, and he destroyed me in like a turn. And he's like, let me go through your deck. And one of the cards I put in there was Kunai with Chains. It's my favorite card in Yu-Gi-Oh! And he went through it, and I will never forget it because he's like, you're playing Ojamas, and Kunai with Chain is still the worst card in your deck. absolutely killed me. But that's true. In the current form of Yu-Gi-Oh right now, you can't play certain cards. There's only like a select like percentage of Yu-Gi-Oh cards from the beginning of the entire card game to now that you can actually play, because everything else is just garbage. It's not going to get you to win. That's in 1v1 Yu-Gi-Oh. But the format that people are starting to play is called Domain. And it's similar to Magic Commander, but it is a thing that was made by fans. I wish I could talk to another Yu-Gi-Oh player about this, because you guys do not understand how complicated and how infuriating playing a Yu-Gi-Oh game is. It is just by far more annoying than any Magic game you could ever think of. But when you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, it's very fun. You fall in love with this deck, and card games are just fun. They're just fun. But Domain was made by fans of Yu-Gi-Oh who are so sick of Konami not giving a shit about how any of the fans are not caring, because Konami will do this thing where they'll make this new card that's like perfect for the format, and you need this card to survive. And if you don't have that card, you're going to lose every time. So everyone buys the card, and so the stocks go up and people scalp the card, and the card prices keep going up. And you know what they do? They wait a year so people keep buying the card and buying the packs and and then they ban it.
What the fuck?
They do it over and over and over and over again. They've done it every fucking year. It just happens on repeat.
Money.
Exactly. And I get so annoyed of it, and a lot of people get so annoyed with it. So fans of the card game made Domain, which is just a 4-person Yu-Gi-Oh thing, 4 or more, where you sit down, no ban list, and you just play the game. And so I recommend highly just learning the rules. They're not as complicated as regular Yu-Gi-Oh, but my main point of this creative corner for the game of Yu-Gi-Oh Domain is the rules don't matter. It's the people you play along with.
Sure.
And if you want to play cards, it doesn't matter. You just sit back, and one of the main core principles of Domain is you go, hey, do you guys want to play this card? Do you want to play this deck? Is this a card you want to play against? You don't? Okay, let's toss it. It's about like talking to your pod beforehand before you play the game. And my main point is, one, to showcase Domain, because it should get a little bit more popular and it should have some eyes on it. And I really like Yu-Gi-Oh, and I don't want it to die. And it's dying a slow, painful death.
Is the Yu-Gi-Oh cards the one where you showed me the font is like the tiniest font possible?
That's also another reason why Yu-Gi-Oh is dying, is because the font is so outrageously complicated. It is so
unnecessarily small.
Yes, and the game is just incredibly complicated, which is why I like to play Domain, because then cards like Kunai with Chains, my favorite, is now viable, and I can now actually play the cards I want to fucking play in my deck. I bring all of that up to say, you don't have to play by the rules. Like, if you want to play a card game, and don't let similar to your creative corner, Tim, about video games, you buy a card, you want to use that fucking card.
Yeah.
You have the card. Use the card. Just play it. It doesn't matter. The rules don't fucking matter. Play the game you want to fucking play.
Not to get on a tangent, but why do they ban cards to begin with? Like, why is that even a thing? Because
people get so angry, and they'll realize that there is such a lean towards this card, and this card is the most important thing that you need in order to win. And then it'll create tier 0 decks, which are decks that essentially will win the game no matter what. And so that will like ruin the balance of the game. So in order to fix it, they have to ban the card.
Interesting.
And it also helps them, because then they can,
get more money.
Yeah, and then make another card. There's so many examples. They do this every single year. But again, to get off of it, just if you want to play a game, don't listen to the rules just because they're trying to make some more money. It's the reason I don't buy Magic cards, even though I do play it, because I'm just going to build a proxy deck for free and play it with my friends, because I don't want to spend like $5,000 on a good, decent deck that actually functionally works. Yeah, so that I'll step off of that. Just Yu-Gi-Oh Domain. That's my creative corner.
Nice.
The great circle back with you saying Yu-Gi-Oh. The last time I was on here, I was telling you that I had bad insomnia, and Home Movies was the last show that would come on before I was like, oh shit, I need to go to bed because it's the end of the night. Yu-Gi-Oh was the show that came on. The minute I heard that, your move! Fuck, I need to go to bed.
Time for bed.
Such a dope theme song. It goes so hard.
Nice. All right. Great creative corner, Marcin. Craig, would you like to go next or you want me to?
I'll go next.
All right, go for it.
I've got two things. I don't talk very well, so it doesn't take me long to say what I'm saying anyway. I'm privileged that you keep acknowledging Classic Craig in these. I appreciate that. I still am Classic Craig because I can't get into anything new. I'm getting very nostalgic at this point. Everything new, it's too much to me. I'd rather just keep doing what I do. My latest thing lately has been I've gotten back into Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah. So I used to play the crap out of that game on original Xbox. I'm playing it on this. As far as I remember, that is the first game, at least for me, where you had that good guy, bad guy dynamic where your choices mattered, and later on down the road, it would kick your ass. Playing that game, it also kind of made me realize how much I liked BioWare as a company. So I actually pulled out, I guess it's not an old system, but it's not the new system either, Xbox One. So I'm kind of hinting around at Mass Effect and
there it is.
All the other BioWare games that are out there.
Mass Effect.
Yeah, I love Mass Effect.
I'm such a big fan of Mass Effect. I actually made Nick play the entire trilogy, and they love it too now after I sat him down. But I love Mass Effect and those games where you make the decision and it bites you in the ass or it doesn't. In the end, it matters when a choice fucking matters. You don't just have to kill Kellogg no matter what. Yeah.
Fallout 4, right?
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. I remember your KOTOR phase. You got really, really into that game.
And I remember always playing as the bad guy, but for right now I'm being good. I'm a good Jedi.
Nice.
I'm really getting into it.
I notice a lot because I wasn't an Xbox boy. I was a PlayStation kid, so mine was Infamous 1 and 2 with the good guy, bad guy kind of decision making. And I always notice when you go bad, it like your powers are awesome and it makes it so much easier throughout the game. But when you go good, it makes it harder. But then at the end, like the payoff is always so much better.
I feel like the storyline's better when you're good.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Did you play BioShock?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same.
It's a great game.
Yeah, I agree.
It used to be one of my favorite. Like, it used to be my favorite.
Yeah. BioShocks are good.
The second part to that is just acknowledging that since I've been in my position, I have a hard time reading. I stare at a computer all day. I have to read legalese for the job because I have to make sure that everybody understands that, there's rules and regs to everything we do. So I have a very hard time reading, but I have discovered slowly but surely audiobooks.
Yeah.
So my big read, and it's taking me forever because I'm borrowing them from the library, but I finally sat down and started getting into the Dark Tower series books by Stephen King.
Nice.
Oh.
So I have read all of them except for the last one, which hopefully I'm on the list as number 1. So I'm waiting for it. So I'm finally able to finish this off. But
nice.
It's like I don't know who did Multiverses before him, but he's one of the original ones. And I know a lot of people go back and forth on whether it's good or not. I'm absolutely loving it. I think the Wolves of the Kala, he had some Harry Potter references, and I'm like, okay, I can get behind this.
Nice.
But everything that I've been reading on it, I like the way it plays out. It's not going to ruin anything. There's a part in the story where the gunslinger and one of his gunslingers is talking to Stephen King. I'm like, dude, this is cool. Like, you're putting yourself in your own story.
Very meta. Yeah.
But to be able to read again, even if it's not by looking at it and hearing it, it's been pretty cool.
I love audiobooks, dude.
Oh, yeah. Me and Nick were literally on the way here talking about the audiobooks that we're listening to. They just finished reading. Joe Hill. Yeah. We were we had such a discussion about that book. It's one of my favorites. I'm reading Jurassic Park right now.
Nice.
Mixed feelings, but audiobooks are so, I guess, needed is because not even just, I would love to sit down and be able to just sit there.
Yeah.
But
Adele and I listened to Jeanette McCurdy's.
I'm glad my mom died.
On audiobook.
Yeah.
Very heavy, but
Very
it was
good.
nice to like sit together and listen to it.
And she reads it herself too.
Yes.
Very good audiobook. We should listen to more audiobooks.
Yeah.
I agree. I actually, when I was working the warehouse job, I listened to Elliot Page's book.
Oh, yeah.
That was really good too.
Yeah.
Well, very good creative corner, Craig.
Brother.
A lot of C's. All right. Well, that just leaves me. I'm going to keep mine short and sweet. We do have a guest here, which is my brother. The last time you were on, I did a creative corner of that concert the siblings concert we went to. Another thing about my brother and I, we're pretty close in age. So like when I was a freshman, you were a sophomore. You're always just like one grade ahead because you have a late birthday. But we played baseball together for years. Every other year. Yeah. There was a rule in the league where if siblings were in the same league, they had to be on the same team. You're not going to make parents root against one of their kids. So we played baseball together. Yeah, every other year. So like 4 out of the 8 years I played baseball was with Craig. And you know, I'm going to say it. This motherfucker is really good at baseball. But we had fun. I had a lot of fun playing baseball. Where we used to live, they have like a minor, like a Joliet Slammers, I guess. Like a AAA
forever.
Yeah, AAA baseball team. And those are fun to go to. But, and this is actually my creative corner this week, is I have fallen in love with watching Savannah Bananas baseball.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know if this is something you watch, Craig, but this is like goofy baseball.
Dude, it was on the other day when they were playing at Comiskey.
Yeah.
We were at Mom and Dad's house, and that's the first time I ever saw it.
So the first, I saw a clip on, and I was just like, this is a fever dream. Because I see a clip on, I have no idea what Savannah Bananas is, and I see a clip online of a guy striking out, the umpire jumping in front of him and twerking. And then all this stuff, and I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? And all the comments are like, Savannah Bananas baseball, dude. And so I look, and it's baseball, but like, dude, you're not allowed to bunt. Batters are not allowed to leave the batter's box. The way their scoring is like different, where you basically like get a point for winning the inning.
One of the pitchers does it on stilts?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 2-hour time limit to the game, period. All these rules are designed to keep it like moving and keep it going, keep it fresh. The players will like dance. It's so funny to me because if someone hits a home run, that team will do a choreographed dance. And I'm just imagining these guys like, bro, you were not at dance practice on Friday.
It's literally if a bunch of theater kids decided to play baseball, and I love it.
100%.
I'm not a sports girl. I've never been a sports girl, especially baseball. I never watched baseball. I will watch these baseball games with Tim because there's so much more than just baseball. It's entertaining. Yeah. It's very silly, and I really enjoy it.
And it's all like weirdly for a good cause too. They like get very involved in like foster programs, and it's just like a really wholesome. And when you see the guy that always comes out in like the yellow suit and the hat, he's like one of the founders of Savannah Bananas baseball. And he's like, listen, this is my mentality. If you want a $30 shirt, go to our website. The shirt is $30. Not $30 plus shipping, not $30, but if you want an extra large, it's $40. He's like, it's $30. Do we lose money on that? I don't know, maybe. But people are advertising by wearing our stuff.
Yeah.
It's such a smart mentality of not like, let's be greedy, but let's, give back to the fans. Like their tickets are expensive when you buy them secondhand because they're so hard to get. But they are like, our tickets will never be over like $30, $40. Like they have all these like rules that they kind of go into this business with that just makes it like, I'm just like, yes, I support this. I get behind it. And it's just very entertaining.
Yeah.
Savannah Bananas stream all their games for free on YouTube. They also will have them on like ESPN2 or, like stuff like that, but it's accessible for free for everyone.
And then there's the other teams they play, which is usually the Party Animals.
Yes.
So Tim loves the Savannah Bananas and I love the Party Animals, so we like root against each other. And then there's the Tailgaters and the Firefighters are the other two teams. Which
they've been adding more teams, so they while the Savannah Bananas were in Chicago,
the Firefighters.
Yeah, the Party Animals, like the other fun team to watch, was in like another state playing a different team. So they're kind of expanding the league. Because the other thing is like, I'd imagine if I actually like, I'm like, I would love to play on the Savannah Banana League. That would be a blast. It just seems like so much fun. Yeah. And like, I remember when baseball was fun sometimes.
Yeah.
But the little bit that I saw, once it started, I think if a fan catches a foul ball and they catch it in the air, it's an out.
Yep.
So I saw that. I'm like, what the fuck? But it got me more interested in watching it. And then I saw a guy steal. He was batting, and then it was like, it looked like a drop third strike.
Ooh, no, I got this. Okay, so there's no walks. If you get 4 balls, then you get to start running, and they have to throw the ball, and every infielder has to touch it, and then they can like try to tag the person out. So you can literally like try to get to second base before they do that. But it's like there's no walks. And if there is a dropped ball, that batter can choose to just steal first base.
He stole first base because he only had like one strike.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, you can steal first base on a drop strike.
No, it got me interested because I was like, okay, obviously this isn't just like straight a fun league where the rules are the same. There's some fucked up rules.
Yeah, it's funny. I know you guys are laughing. There was a whole thing with Marcin where he thought in like actual baseball that if someone in the crowd caught a foul ball that it wasn't out. And I remember Adele like asked me about it and I'm like, no, that's not how it works. I mean, in Savannah Bananas, yeah, but not.
I have a recording of Adele saying, Tim says no.
Tim said no.
What position were you? I know Tim was a pitcher.
We were both a little bit of everything, but
Catcher.
Craig was a really good catcher.
That's why I'm wearing this thing on me right now. 10 years of doing it, I can feel it on my knees. So.
Yeah.
I was always a right fielder. It was the position that didn't need a lot of...
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I think I mentioned it before. Like, we grew up playing baseball, so baseball movies were like our bread and butter growing up. So, there you go. 4 really good creative corners, gang.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Are we ready to jump into this episode?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes, we are.
Guest requested. Temporary blindness. This episode opens and we're outside of a strip mall. We see a few different stores like Father O'Malley's adult bookstore, Locomondo's Funland, and the world's best toilets. But in the middle, we see a store called Dr. Speedy's LASIK Center. We zoom inside to see Brendan going through a used eyeglasses donation bin. He tells Coach he didn't know that he wore glasses, and Coach explained he doesn't. But he should have been for the last 10 years.
That was always me. I always refused to wear my glasses for the longest time. I have contacts in right now, but like I was like, glasses don't look good on me. I don't need to wear them. And so I was definitely blind for like a good part of my 20s.
Why didn't you like glasses? I was always jealous of people who had glasses.
I never found a pair that I liked that I liked how they looked on me until I have the pair that I have now. I like those a lot. But
so, funny story. I did listen to commentary with Brendan and Lauren on this episode. And Brendan said when he writes, he does tend to make it semi-autobiographical. And this came directly from Brendan, should have been wearing glasses for a very long time. And he's like, I don't like the way they look. And he even says in commentary, he's like, I found frames that worked on me. And that was a game changer.
It really is.
But he was literally telling stories about he would like go for walks and people would like... He'd be like, hey, dude, I saw you walking down the street and you didn't even acknowledge me. He's like, you were a blur of colors. I don't know.
I had that happen to me quite a lot in college where like somebody would walk like at the end of the hallway and they'd be waving to me like, I don't know who you are, but hello.
But yeah, Coach tells Brendan that he can't see anything, that Brendan is just a ball of blur. And he says he recognizes him by his annoying nasally voice. He goes on to say his hearing is elevated because sometimes when one of your senses fails, like his eyes, then other senses take over, like Lou Ferrigno or Helen Keller.
Was he saying Lou Ferrigno because of Hulk?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, but Lou Ferrigno, the actor, is deaf as well, isn't he?
He is?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Lore drop. I'm going to Google it.
Please do, because now I feel like I'm gaslighting myself.
But then how does he talk to the other actors?
I mean, there's some deaf people that still talk.
No, I know that.
I mean, he like had a pretty heavy character role in King of Queens, though, so I just
That's
assumed...
true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, please Google that so I know if I need to edit that part out or not.
Lou Ferrigno's going to kick your ass.
He's coming.
I'm very ignorant of like how deafness works because I know hearing aids can help people hear, but I don't know if that gives you hearing or if it can't work, or I don't know how any of it works really. So the idea of him being deaf and an actor and being able to like hear signals and whatnot, I don't know, that sounds wild.
He's not totally deaf. He lost 75% of his hearing. So he's just extremely hard of hearing.
Right.
So he probably has like hearing aids or some shit.
That's like
my guess.
He's probably legally deaf.
Yeah.
That's how William Shatner actually lost his hearing in one of his ears from an explosion during a Star Trek episode.
Oh. Damn. I listen to music in my earphones like at 100% volume, so maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't. You absolutely shouldn't do that.
But it feels better that way.
As someone like audio engineers will tell people, like if you're editing audio, don't always use headphones. Sometimes you just have to use the speakers and just like to protect your hearing.
My phone will be like, hey, your volume's too loud. You should probably turn it down. I'm like, no, absolutely not. When I'm in the car, that shit's all the way up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right. Well, Brendan asked Coach why he doesn't just wear the glasses, and Coach says glasses are for dorks, but then says no offense to Josie, although babies with glasses are even worse. Like, super dorks.
Damn, catching strays.
Poor baby. Brendan questions why he doesn't want to wear glasses, but he'll let somebody cut open his cornea. But Coach pushes back, saying that it's a one-time thing, then he can see perfectly the rest of his life. Plus, they are running a deal for today only, $115 per eye.
I love the font of the top thing, or the way, the effect they put need to see, but they have like a bunch of it layered over it. So it looks
blurry.
Yeah.
And then everything is like crystal clear except for the disclaimer at the bottom. Isn't like chicken scratch, so you can't really see it.
Of course.
It looks like he edited it on after the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Brendan is skeptical, asking if this guy is even licensed. Because, yeah, $115 an eye is pretty cheap. But Coach mentions he can't read the paperwork and asks Paula to fill it out for him. So Paula asks how long this is going to take, saying she wishes he didn't bring this up to her right after soccer practice. And Coach shoots back that he wishes that she wouldn't complain to him right before he gets surgery. So she takes the paperwork and immediately asks him what she should put down for his social security number. And Coach tells her to just make some numbers up. When she asks for closest family member, Coach just says, I have an uncle. And she puts down, in quotes, my uncle.
I was wondering why he didn't use Uncle Pedro, the sausageer.
Right.
I think that was
Uncle Pedro is passed.
Yeah, I thought that was the uncle he
Who
was
cares? They're
referring
not
to.
going to look it up.
That's true.
I just noticed there's a little sign that says, are you sad? Take one.
Yeah, and it looks like there's probably was like pamphlets or
Yeah.
brochures there, and they're gone.
I didn't even notice that.
I think a lot of people are taking one.
Yep.
Eventually, the doctor does come out and calls for patient number 2. And of course, this doctor is character modeled off of animator Damon Wong. But he is voiced by writer Bill Broadus. All right, well, the next scene we have Coach getting ready for the surgery, asking if this is safe, and the doctor assures him that it is. But that's when Coach points out that the doctor wears glasses, and the doctor says, yeah, he doesn't do lasers or needles. So Coach sees what appears to be some burn marks on the table and asks what those are about, and the doctor tells him you really have to stay still. So the doctor tells him, watch this video, because he needs to go eat something before he passes out. And Coach asks how long before the drugs kick in, and the doctor says for him it's usually pretty quick. But if he's not feeling it in a few minutes, to grab a few more off the counter there. Telling him he goes by the general rule of whatever can fit in your fist.
That's how you know he's not a real doctor.
Yeah. Well, and especially because this part, Coach pulls out a baggie of his own drugs and says he brought his own, and immediately the doctor is like, hey, what do you got?
He walks over to, oh, so there's Black Hole Brew and there's Black Eye Whiskey.
That's pretty cool. And then the little logo for Black Eye Whiskey is an actual black eye. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like how there's the hole in the O for hole, and then the eye is just open.
Yeah. The doctor comes over and very interested in what he has, but ultimately tells him to just watch the video. So in commentary, they do mention this is very reminiscent. Brendan Small, the person, not the cartoon character, actually did get LASIK eye surgery. And he said they did make him watch a video beforehand. It wasn't like this cartoony, goofy kind of video, but it was kind of a like, hey, what are we doing? This is what the procedure is. But this video is so reminiscent of just like one of those corporate bullshit.
Yeah.
Dude, I worked at Blockbuster and I had to watch some of the dumbest fucking videos for that job.
The training videos I had for Pizza Hut and Wendy's were like that too.
There's a very like viral internet video of a
For
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where they rap?
Yep.
Yeah.
The
I
Wendy's
feel
one.
like I watched that one back in the day.
Yeah.
The Arby's one was really funny. I can't remember any of the references, but me and my coworkers would reference it like almost every shift.
Right.
And then the FedEx one that we watched was very funny. It was just a bunch of snuff of like when forklifts fall on the dude and it's clearly a mannequin with like a blood patch in its quartz. It's so funny.
Yeah. I've seen some of those videos too. But
Everyone here wears glasses, so I'm assuming no one's done LASIK.
No.
That kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah, I saw Final Destination 5. And
Is that how someone dies?
pretty brutal one, too.
We know Sterling got LASIK. And the first time I saw him after that, I'm like, kind of like you better with glasses. I'm not going to lie.
Damn.
When
You just say you don't like his natural face.
It's just, it is
used to seeing somebody like that.
It is kind of weird.
I guess.
You can almost see like their eyeglass indentations.
Man, I need to get my glasses back on. Shit.
No, you look fine.
No,
I like how Adele got so angry. She threw the mic around.
I got offended on Sterling's behalf.
I mean, I've always been jealous of people who have glasses because, like, you can, have really cool accessories, but then you see the price of glasses. And then,
it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. It's stupid.
Well, luckily, everyone knows, like, the scam with glasses nowadays, and the move is to just get your eye exam, find out your prescription, and then go to, like, Zenni Optical or Glasses USA or one of those websites and just order a shitload. Like, that's the move, honestly. Well, the video that McGurk has to watch starts with a sign saying laser eyeball surgeries, and we see a character named Ping Pong Von Laserstein, voiced by Brendan, as he's explaining the laser eyeball surgery. When he says eyes, a second character named Tuku, voiced by Melissa, asks, what is eyes?
So, wait. So I was listening to this, and I watched this last night.
Yeah.
And I didn't set it up for this, but it was showing closed captioning. Her name is actually Too Cool.
That's what I thought.
So
yes.
they're saying Too Cool, but every time they talk, I swear she says Tuku.
Yeah.
But there's one point where he like really spells it out, and it's Too Cool.
Really? Because I will watch on YouTube sometimes for closed captioning, and I think they're auto-generated because sometimes I'm like, that is not what they say. But do we want to play a little bit and see if we can hear Too Cool?
Also, these guys are my doodle.
Nice. Yeah, when I first watched it, I thought they were saying Too Cool, and...
Today we're going to talk about your eyes.
Eyes? What's that?
Hello, Tuku. I did not see you come in.
Sorry to sneak up on you, Ping Pong, but what is eyes?
Well, you know what laser eye surgery is, right?
Uh-huh.
The eyes is what laser topographical reshaping takes place upon.
Oh, you mean like eyeballs.
Exactly, Tuku.
Now I understand
It does sound like
Let's talk
Tuku.
more about the laser topographical whatchamacallit.
This was the closed captioning on like the
On the DVD.
on the actual DVD. Yeah, I'm not gonna be like, that's wrong. If it was auto generated or like by just someone on YouTube, I'd be like, I don't know. But if it's like what the captions are, Too Cool and Ping Pong Von Laserstein.
I don't understand their names and why Ping Pong and Too Cool.
Well, the one dude looks like a ping pong.
Yeah, I just assumed because he looked like a ping pong
But
ball.
she also looks like a ping pong.
But she also looks too cool.
I forgot big eyes make you really cool.
Short skirts and long hair.
Mm-hmm.
Big eyes.
Well, Ping Pong explains, laser eye surgery, right? That's what the laser topographical reshaping takes place upon. So Too Cool, or Tuku, says she understands, and Ping Pong starts explaining the procedure. First, they give you some sleepy time fun pills. Oh, sleepy time feel-good pills. And then they put you on a table and tape down your head so you don't wiggle, giggle, sniggle. And then we prop open your eye and cut open your cornea. Well, we cut back to Brendan, Paula, and Josie in the waiting room. Paula is asking Brendan if he wants to get a head start on his homework. And Brendan says the real question is, does she want to get a head start on his homework? So he goes on to inform her that they're supposed to do a family tree. And Paula says that sounds like fun. And Brendan says what he likes is she is getting very excited about doing this homework.
Did you guys have a family tree project?
Never. Did you?
No.
No.
I would hope they didn't. That seems a bit intrusive.
Yeah.
It does, yeah. And especially, like, as we will see, some people, might not enjoy that very much.
Yeah.
Also, Josie's just holding, I think it's a Barbie, but it just got big hair, and I just wanted to point it out that it's a toy I've never seen her play with before.
Yeah, I think it's like some kind of doll, and she is kind of, I think at one point, poking herself in the eye with it, but luckily she's wearing glasses like a super dork. Well, Paula suggests that when they get home, they can go online and find one of those websites that helps you track down your lineage. And then after an awkward pause, Paula asks Brendan if she ever told him where babies come from. And Brendan replies, yes, every day.
Every day.
I don't know what that implies.
Yeah.
Don't have sex.
Well, we're back in the instructional video, and when we do cut to Coach, he is high as shit.
Yeah, he is.
His pupils are very dilated, and he's laughing.
This was me the first time I took an edible and watching James and the Giant Peach.
Damn, it's a good movie for your first
It
edible.
really was. It was so good.
So in the background, we hear Too Cool say that she hates Mr. Stingy. And when the doctor comes in to ask if the drugs are working yet, Coach just starts laughing. So the doctor says, I'll take that as a yes. As the doctor is firing up the laser, Coach says, hey, Ping Pong and Too Cool, I hate Mr. Stingy too. I'd like to kill that son of a bitch.
I'm pretty sure we've used this before a couple times.
I hate Mr. Stingy too. The doctor tells him he has to hold still and that he'll feel a slight pressure in his eye, which is just him, cutting into them. So he starts the procedure and we see Coach's point of view, and the video's like all trippy because he's on drugs, and he's just giving the thumbs up saying, awesome.
Yeah, this looks like one of those backgrounds you'd have on a computer when you log in your desktop, and it's just that going back and forth.
Yeah, for real. At one point, the doctor stops and says that he burnt Coach McGurk's cheek and that he really has to sit still. So we see McGurk's point of view again, and he asks, is that a laser? And the doctor says yes. And then Coach says, you hit my cheek. And the doctor snaps back, you moved.
So imagine that as the final destination
no,
death.
I don't want to.
Oh, it's rough. It's a rough one.
Are the laser things that big?
I
would hope they'd have something smaller at this point.
The doctor has a handheld laser pointed at you like a gun.
Well, they do point out in commentary, the laser that he's using does seem to be like not plugged into anything. It's almost like on his shoulder that he's got set up almost like a gun.
Like a bazooka.
Yeah. So when Coach comments he smells burning eye and asks if that is a problem, the doctor quickly says, nope. Well, now we see McGurk leaving the doctor's office with bandages over his eyes. He tells the doctor he's a good man, and I don't know if you caught this. He tells him, give me another hug.
Another one.
Yeah, to which
One more.
the doctor replies, all right, one more.
He's so lovey when he's high.
He really is.
I love it for them.
Yeah. I just like how the doctor's like, okay, one more. So Coach, yeah, obviously still drugged up, tells the doctor he did a good job, and now he's going to give him some money. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out approximately 5 coins and 3 bottle caps.
Been there.
Yeah. How much is that in bottle caps, please?
What is that in $25?
So, I mean, in Fallout money, it's 3.
That's ridiculous.
It's three. It's 3 money. So he tells the doctor, here's your money. Thanks for the surgery. And then calls him an idiot. This is when the doctor informs Paula that he should be fine to just take him home and check on him every couple of hours. Paula tries to specify take him to his own home. And the doctor clarifies, he's going to need some attention for the next couple of days. He cannot be alone. So we do cut to Coach chewing on the back of one of the chairs in the waiting room.
That's probably my favorite. That's
Looks
my
like a snail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He looks like a monster a little bit. Just the way his mouth is sucking on the back and it's like moving in a rhythm like a wave. That's
Yeah.
my favorite McGurk. This looks like an SCP.
That looks like the guy that he got too drunk at the party, but you're going to kind of let him keep doing what he's doing because it's funnier than shit.
He's also safer there than he is anywhere else.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, man. This part makes me laugh, too, because as Coach is chewing on the back of the chair, the doctor is asking Paula if anyone owes her a favor as to like, yeah, somebody needs to take care of him, so who can you pawn this man off on? Brendan butts in and says they should take him home and that he shouldn't be by himself. And Coach, still in a drugged state, agrees, yelling, slumber party.
I was hoping she was going to drop him off at Mr. Lynch's.
Oh, what a sitcom that would have been.
Seriously. The next scene is the opening of the movie Timmy.
Timmy was a boy and Timmy was his name. His parents were never around to watch him play, and he lived a life of perpetual boredom.
Kind of. The best movie they've ever made, in my personal opinion.
So I've been wondering ever since you told us Craig was coming back for this specific episode. I've been wondering why this specific episode, and I think I know why.
Also, you know why? Shout out to the fan that was like, "Hey, I Googled home movies, Timmy, and your podcast showed up."
That's fair.
And you're like, "Why would anyone Google that?" I'm like, "I cannot tell you at this moment." So let me ask this. I did talk to Adele about this a little bit, and Craig, I know obviously you know. Do you know, Marcin, what Timmy is a spoof of?
Like the name?
This, what we just watched is a spoof of something.
I had no idea.
Yeah. It's okay if you don't.
It's
It sounds like Penny.
Before she orders.
yeah, Jimmy?
No. So, okay. The band The Who had a song.
Who?
The Who, yes. They had a song called Tommy, which was actually, it was a rock opera. Yes.
It was right there.
Right. So this is what's really funny to me, because in the rock opera Tommy witnesses something very tragic, and as a result, he goes deaf, dumb, and blind. So that's why the song Pinball Wizard is about Tommy, because even though he was, quote, deaf, dumb, and blind, he was really good at pinball for some reason.
He was good at pinball because the guy that was going to be rating the movie was a huge pinball nerd.
Yeah.
So they were appealing to the, whatever they call the people that rate movies.
Gotcha.
Critics.
There we go.
There it is.
There we go.
I was with you on it. I was like, what is that? What is that word?
That's so funny. So the thing with now Timmy, again, the spoof on Tommy, is talking about how Timmy's parents were never around. So basically he was very bored, right? And the song goes on to explain that one day Timmy was so bored that his brain slipped away. He lost his vision peripherally. We see the scene where the guy's like painting on the side. So he has no peripheral vision. Okay. He can still see, but he's got no peripheral. But then the song goes on to say he also developed a lisp and then stopped smelling things. The lisp is just, there's a bunch of people around him laughing. Mm-hmm. And then the smelling things, there's like all this like food and other stuff like around him, and his nose is plugged. So that's how they indicate that he doesn't smell anything anymore. This whole Timmy bit is basically Tommy, but instead of going deaf, dumb, and blind, he is going no peripheral vision, lisp, and he can't smell anything anymore. And the animation...
He's smell blind.
Yeah, exactly. But the animation for this song is so well done. I mean, there's so much going on. There's the party, everybody's laughing at him. That's, I think, when they talk about the lisp. He doesn't smell anything. There's a bunch of, obviously, food that would smell around him, but his nose is plugged. So I really love, because he even says right there, his senses were gone. And then the guy's like, kind of.
That's got to be Walter and Perry, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, this is what I wasn't exactly sure of, but in commentary, they talk about the Timmy and how, like, you know, it was so much going on, the animation and everything. And they're like, yeah, we gave the animation to this Hungarian kid and he just knocked it out of the park. And I'm like, who is the kid? Who is the kid?
He was really hungry.
I guess so, yes. So that is the...
Where's the line?
That's actually a really funny joke, Adele.
Nope. I didn't hit the button for that one. That's where Timmy came from, the inspiration. And then, yeah, instead of deaf, dumb, and blind, we have no peripheral vision, a lisp, and smell blind.
So, Craig, how often did you and or Tim sing this song?
So I was going to save it for later, but I'll just tell you.
If you want to save it for later, I don't want to take it away from you, but
I wouldn't so much say that I sing it or say it. It shows up every year.
Yep. Around the same time. All right. The next scene is Brendan, Jason, and Melissa sitting around, and we see props from the Timmy video. Jason has the brain with the wings on it. We see Jason's wig for Timmy sitting up on the box next to Melissa, the plane, all that stuff. So, yeah, this is supposed to be like, that's right, we made all this ourselves. Melissa is going on to say she cannot believe they have to do this stupid family tree and that family stuff is personal and that there's a thing about like family and school being separate. Well, Jason clarifies that's actually church and state, not family and school. I like this. Brendan just very happily is like, my mom is doing mine. So he is not worried about it at all. And Jason explains that his parents are currently in Tunisia, so he cannot do it because he cannot contact them.
So is Tunisia a thing, or did he just make that up?
It's a real country.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never heard of it. How's it spelled?
U.S.
Tunisia.
Well, yeah, there is an N in there. I'll shut up.
Well, Melissa asks if they left a number, and Jason clarifies that he did fax the hotel, and hopefully they will fax him back his family tree. This next scene, it makes me laugh. We see the back of McGurk's head. He's sleeping on a couch. Brendan approaches him and very quietly and calmly, almost sing-talks, "Wake up, Mr. Sleepy Pants. Paging Dr. Sleeping Bird. Good morning." And that's when Coach grabs him by the neck and brings him close to his face and says, "Do not approach me, Brendan, when I am sleeping. That is how you get hurt."
It kind of reminds me of him in Time to Pay the Price, where he's talking about how you got to talk to people when they're in prison.
Yeah. Is it?
Absolutely.
Is it?
I don't think so. He broke his nose.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 90-degree angle. Well, it's an obtuse. Still pretty sharp.
For sure.
Well, Brendan asks him if he wanted to take off his bandages and see what his new vision is like. And Coach sets him down and says, Yeah, I do. So now we're in the bathroom and Coach is asking Paula to take a look and asks if there's any more bandages on his face. When Paula says no, Coach asks if his eyes are open. And when they confirm that they are, Coach informs them that he is blind.
I like how he says that with absolutely no emotion.
Yeah.
I'm blind.
Yeah. Well, they do think he's joking at first, but he assures them, not a joke. So,
I mean, that would freak me the fuck out.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. I think he even like pokes his eye at one point to be like, is this where my eye is?
Yeah, let me just take out those real quick.
Well, immediately, Coach is on the phone with the doctor asking when he's going to be able to see. This is what cracked me up because the doctor asks what time it is over there, and Coach angrily asks him what time zone he's in. I think at one point when they were doing this scene, the bit was going to be that the doctor was on vacation, and then they thought it would actually be funnier if the doctor was at his second job, which turns out to be a used car salesman.
So, was he in the episode where he told them that the liquor store is across the street?
Yes.
Okay.
So I did find out that this character model is based off of Damon Wong, the animator. And we see him a few times. We saw him in the driver's ed class with McGurk a few episodes ago. He was the guy who actually fell asleep in his car that Paula honks at and is like, "Oh, old people." And Brendan's like, "Yeah, old people." I believe it was supposed to be funny. So he's kind of been around here and there. But this is definitely, he works at the pharmacy, I believe. And then Paula asks if there's anything that makes you like not feel superior to others. And he's like, "Yeah, liquor store's across the street."
So him and Ken Adelberg are probably like mortal enemies.
Right. Because they keep bouncing from job to job. And they're both gig workers, it seems.
That dude almost looks like Papa Bear from the Berenstein Bears.
A little bit, actually.
Same outfit and everything.
We're looking at the
mustache.
The couple in the background during at Sal's used cars.
The used cars.
Oh, there's a fucking window's broken and the tire's flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they're returning the car or if that's one of the used cars.
I thought the joke was going to be with like him not knowing what time it was, that he had fled the country.
Yeah,
the
I
country.
thought that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. At one point, Coach is like, "Why are you whispering?" And he's like, "There are people here." So Kurt furiously asks him, "I thought you were an eye doctor." And he informs him he is, and then says, "Don't ever call me at this number again," and hangs up on him. So I like this part because as soon as Coach is done with the phone call, he like goes to hang up the phone on the wall and then just drops it on the ground.
I missed that about landlines. Slam!
Yeah.
Well, Coach says he needs to get to work and runs into a wall and falls to the ground. While he's down there, Brendan approaches him and he tells Brendan, "Do not drink the chocolate milk. It's gone bad."
I mean, he was looking out for Brendan here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the next scene is Brendan, Jason, and Melissa sitting at a lunch table. So Jason is going on to explain that they traced back the lineage of his ferret Pipopo, and his family has been through quite a lot. He says that Pipopo is from the Ukraine, and that his family came over on a slow boat to escape communism.
I put here, Jason has a ferret. I'm surprised it's not dead.
Dang. They settled in St. Louis back in the 40s. Pipopo had more brothers and sisters, but they were put away because they carried the Ebola virus, which wiped out St. Louis in the 60s.
All of St. Louis.
Yeah.
When did the Ebola thing happen? It was like Obama administration.
That was like 2014.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So this was a full 10 years before. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Ebola's been around for...
Yeah,
When they had that big breakout.
Right.
Yeah. Just interesting. I haven't heard that except for that one time in like 2012.
Brendan makes a comment that if only their families were as interesting as Pipopo's, and Melissa agrees, saying she can't get anything out of her dad, and every time she asks him about her mom's side, he starts acting all weird. And he starts laughing and then crying and then laughing. I think Jason is like, he just wants attention.
Yeah. I feel like Jason has heard that before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
He's projecting that.
Yeah.
Let's just point out real quick. It seems like Brendan is having like some kind of like sloppy Joe or burger to eat. Melissa straight up has sushi.
I know. I wrote that in my notes. It's so Melissa, and I approve.
And she's also holding with two hands.
Yeah,
each chopstick.
I was wondering if she's just that upset about the situation or she does not know how to hold chopsticks.
Right. And now that I'm looking at it, I think Brendan's lunch is like just a fast food.
Yeah.
Because he's got like a bag with a burger on it.
I could definitely see Paula like picking up fast food through the drive-thru on the way to school because she got to make a lunch.
It's very interesting because Jason doesn't have any food.
Because his parents are in Tunisia.
Exactly.
Before that, when she talks about how her dad laughs and then cries, Jason says he just wants attention. Brendan makes a comment that Melissa can always just call her mother herself, and that's when Melissa starts laughing and then crying.
Just like her dad.
Oh,
I just put that together.
Yeah.
It's also interesting because we never really touch on it. Like, I think we make that one joke where Eric's talking to McGurk and McGurk's like, "What about your wife? Does she?" And well, if she's 8 hours from me, and so that's all we know about like Melissa's mom. And this is the first time that they actually touch on how Melissa feels about the situation.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah. And I mean, I like that we got to meet like Brendan's dad and stuff, but I wish we got that for Melissa's mom too.
Yeah. I feel like if this show would have won its fifth season, maybe we would have explored that a little bit more.
Dude, imagine seeing Jason's family.
Yeah.
I really want to.
Brendan tells Melissa not to freak out too much. She can just make it up. And Jason says, yeah, who cares about family trees anyway? Because it's Wednesday, which means it's Chocolate Milk Day. Jason goes to take a drink of his chocolate milk and immediately spits it out all over Brendan as we hear an announcement over the loudspeaker saying, "Do not drink the chocolate milk. It's gone bad."
I love that was the only thing Jason was looking forward to because he had no lunch, and even that went bad.
His only form of
like
sustenance.
You like that for him?
Of course you like that.
Wow.
It was funny.
I think my favorite part was when
Jason was being gross.
Favorite part was Jason crying.
Well, Brendan tells Jason and Melissa, guys, this is so weird. So now we're at the small residence. Brendan, Jason, and Melissa are approaching Coach, who's sitting on the couch to inform him that he's psychic.
He's looking rough.
Yeah.
I thought
DVD.
I thought he was dying here a little bit. It looked like he
Yeah.
was having a seizure. Like he's drooling. He has bags. His eyes like are small, like little dots.
Mm-hmm.
Brendan informs him he's psychic. He's like, oh, look at me telling a psychic he's psychic. Melissa claims, yeah, it's because you went blind. The kids seem very impressed by his psychic abilities. And Brendan says, well, they have a lot of work to do because, first of all, we're going to use your powers to fight crime. Duh. But then they ask him a series of questions. Melissa asks what she's going to do when she grows up. Jason asks who he's going to marry. Melissa asks where she's going to live. And Jason asks if he's going to be a famous composer.
That one was that one came out of left field.
Yeah.
So Jason no longer believes he's marrying Melissa, is what you're saying.
Or be a golfer.
Yeah.
Right. That might be his indicator. Like, okay, if he says I'm going to be a golfer, then we know. They ask a few more questions, including the phone number for the hotel in Tunisia where Jason's parents are staying. I think after that he even says, also, where is Tunisia?
That was my question when he said it. I was like, what?
That's when they realize Coach has actually fallen asleep with his eyes open.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay, I didn't catch that. I still thought that these children were harassing like a very sick man.
Tunisia is in North Africa.
There you go. Well, now we're back in the musical Timmy. Should we play this part too?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love this song.
Everyone knows of you. You're a big celebrity. Everybody look for doctors to help Timmy know what to do. They try Dr. Robot.
I am a robotic doctor, my friend, and I like a taste of your vein. If I make you a robot like me, which you practically are, then they'll put my picture on the very front page.
Timmy ran away, Timmy ran away, Timmy ran away.
I like that the game butt cheeks.
You like that?
And then they have a commercial break, and then it comes back to the kind of ending of that again. When they come back, the song is interrupted by Walter and Perry celebrating because Psychic McGurk just told them they're going to be millionaires. And it only cost them $20. They are definitely have upped their production. And, well, let's say it, during that musical number we had, Dwayne.
Hell yeah.
Dwayne plays Dr. Robot, who basically, Timmy's famous now. Dr. Robot wants a part of the fame and says if he can just turn him into a robot, he practically is anyway. And they'll put Dr. Robot's picture on the front page.
On Tommy, that was Tina Turner, the Acid Queen.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
So Dr. Robot is like the acid queen. It like
From Tommy.
Okay. Have I heard this song? Am I like going crazy?
I had never heard of it before.
Well,
Tommy.
Tommy, it's a rock opera, right? So there's a few songs. But Pinball Wizard by The Who is that in Tommy or is that?
Pinball Wizard's in it. We're not going to take it. We're not going to take it.
No, I know we are.
Never did and never will.
That's from that.
Wait. Is
Not Twisted
okay?
Sister.
Never mind. Then I have no idea.
Oh.
And Pinball Wizard in the movie Tommy is Elton John.
Pinball Wizard is at the
Since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball.
Happy Gilmore. That's the only place I can remember hearing something in pinball. Is that Happy Gilmore? Someone tell me it was Happy Gilmore.
Never saw it.
Damn
That
it.
deaf, dumb, and blind kid show plays a mean.
Okay, we're gonna
pinball.
listen to some songs after this.
Right. There was a clip in the music video where he's like standing in a junkyard full of cars. Is that a reference to Tommy as well, or is that just a one-off situation?
I think that's kind of from the movie too. There's a
Yeah.
lot of he does a lot of walking around too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's also in like Times Square.
Yeah.
She's on the there.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy all over the place. So this is him after he's famous, essentially.
Yes.
So
Yes.
he gets famous from losing his senses, kind of.
I guess so.
So did
Okay.
Helen Keller.
Yep, you're right.
Just like Lou Ferrigno, who may or may not be blind.
Deaf.
That's what I meant. Definitely not blind.
Oh, Dwayne. Dwayne's one of my faves.
Yeah. Well, okay, so after Walter and Perry tell them, Coach pretty much told them their future for $20, they tell Brendan he better hurry up because the line is getting pretty long. And that's when Jason, still dressed as Timmy, asks Brendan to loan him $20. We do have a quick scene of Coach doing like a psychic reading for an older woman who's asking about her husband. This is voiced by Melissa. Coach goes on to say that he was a working man. And the woman replies, yes, he did work. He's hitting like all the fucking like cold read tropes of a fake ass psych. I see water.
Long Island medium.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I see water is such because, okay, if he worked on a boat, oh, I see water. If he didn't work on a boat, I see water. Well, yeah, we would go to the beach for vacation. Yeah, of course. Or I see water. Yeah, he hated water. That's right. He's showing me water that he hates. Like it's such a like all encapsulating like, no, water.
He was talking to me. I work by water.
Yeah.
He was actually made of 72% water.
He drank water every day. So
The boots.
yeah. He did work. I like he like, puts his fingers like, I see boots working, and she's like, he did work, and he's like, yep, that's it.
He's a working man. Mustache. He had a mustache. Well, I get the mustache was a pull. That was a gamble because what if he didn't have a mustache?
Well, it looks
He
like she
wanted
had
a
a
mustache.
picture of him.
Right.
And if he wasn't actually blind in this moment,
Right.
could
He
have
probably
seen.
could see the picture.
Is this post-drunk piss?
maybe.
So the woman claims, yeah, he was afraid of water, and Coach just kind of goes with it. So Coach tells the woman that her deceased husband loves her very much, and she asks if he'll give him a message, which is, she found another man.
Damn.
I love Coach is just like, all right, great, $20. So the next customer is a man who claims he thinks his partner is embezzling, and Coach just says, yeah, I guess so, $20.
He looks like a comedian, I know. I can't place it, though. Mark Maron's coming up, but I don't know who that is.
Who is that guy who, you can cut this out, who was just on that one podcast, who was like, you guys need to get your shit together.
Oh, he was calling everybody Hackney?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah, yeah.
You're talking about Mark Maron?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
Or we're
was.
saying that that's what this guy looks like, is Mark Maron.
Okay. I can see a little bit.
Yeah.
This would have been before Mark Maron, though, wouldn't it?
No, Mark Maron's been around for a while.
Yeah.
But I mean, this would be 2004.
He had a show in the 90s.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
shit.
he's been around for, like, he's OG, man. That's why him calling out all these other comics, I'm like, yeah, he can. He definitely can.
Drop kick those motherfuckers.
There are pictures of Mark Maron doing comedy where he looks so young that he's almost unrecognizable.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Mark Maron's an OG. And then he kind of, like, started, he didn't, like, start the first podcast, but his podcast was one of the bigger ones.
Yeah. I mean, I only heard of him when I watched him in Glow because he
Yeah, he's in Glow.
yeah. Funny fucking dude.
I'm not going to lie. He had a show on, I think, IFC just called Maron, which is, like, semi-autobiographical with Dave Anthony from The Dollop. And, he did the podcast in his garage and all that stuff, but it was a pretty good show. I liked it. I really did.
The second I saw the thing, I was like, is that Mark Maron? And if any of the animators are there, if it is Mark Maron, tell me. If it isn't, let me dream.
Then don't say anything. And then I like it. The third reading is a woman we've seen before multiple times in the background. She's an older black woman. She's been in the crowd during the play with Paula and oh God, what was that guy's name who was so annoying? I want to say Stuart, but I know that's not
no.
it.
Keith?
Oh, no, it wasn't
No.
Keith. It was Story of
Simon.
My Life. Simon. There it is.
Simon, I remember.
He's
Simon
so
said-
forgettable yet hateable.
Yeah. You remember that when she tries to break up with him and he starts crying and then fine, we're not broken up. And he just starts eating like normal.
1 second. Not even a second. In the same second.
Yes.
I was more focused on his packs. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know she's been in the background for that. I think she was in the background at the grocery store when McGurk was trying to play with swords.
Was she
Play
in,
with
did you
swords.
say she was in the audience during the play?
Yeah, I think so,
Okay.
yeah. She asks how she dies, and Coach touches her face and informs her she's going to die peacefully in her sleep. It's going to be nice, but unfortunately, it's going to be soon.
He didn't just touch her face. He like feels her face.
Yes.
And if he's not blind in this moment,
He's not. I guarantee you he's not.
he's like, let me just.
Was the voice for this, was this Paula?
Yeah, this was Janine DiTullio who does the voice of Paula. Now we see Brendan, Paula, and Josie sitting at a table. Brendan is working on his family tree, and Paula appears to be reading a fax. Paula goes on to say that she found a relative who is still alive. He appears to be a second or third uncle. And great news, he is currently out of prison. Brendan says that's good. At least now he's out of prison instead of tarnishing the family name. But Paula informs him that he's still technically on probation. So Brendan makes a comment that a lot of their family seems to be carnies, and Paula adds, or on the lam. Brendan says he might not include them in the family tree, and Paula says she would not object to that.
Does it say Blondie?
So we do see a quick shot of the family tree. We have Paula, Josie, Brendan, as well as his dad. And instead of Linda in her spot, it just says Blondie. Grandparents literally just say Grandma 1, Grandma 2, Grandpa 1, Grandpa 2.
Damn.
But I think we found out the one episode, maybe last episode of the episode before that, Paula's dad's name is Sam. He introduced his grandpa to McGurk as Sam, which was voiced by Sam Cedar, so that did make sense.
Well, Sam's blind now, too.
Yeah, he had a little Final Destination thing going on with his eyes. So Brendan asks what exactly they know about Josie, and Paula makes a comment that we know she hasn't been to prison, and Brendan pushes back saying, not that we know of. And I like it because Paula just casually brings up that she lost Josie for 2 days.
That's a long time to lose a baby.
Yeah, but that is quickly overshadowed by Jason coming to tell Brendan that he needs to come outside because there's big drama going down.
Oh, classic Josie sticking crayons up her nose.
Don't stick crayons into your nose, stick them in there. Do not stick them in.
Do you think the 2 days was season 2?
Oh, God. Yeah.
We hadn't seen her that entire season.
It's so true. It had to have been during season 2.
They were probably extracting something out of her nose.
Seriously. A fan is like, we haven't seen Josie in a while. And they're like, shit, Josie.
The baby.
Well, we go outside and we see Melissa is trying to work on her family tree, but instead is stabbing a piece of paper with a crayon, saying she can't make it work.
So is this the first time we see that they have like a weird well in the
That was in Honky Magoo.
Ah, fuck, you're right.
Got him.
No wonder I forgot.
I've seen this show before.
I thought that was like somewhere else, like at a park. I didn't think that it was in their backyard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, Jason remarks, somebody doesn't have a good family.
I swear that's going to be a new earworm for me.
Oh my
Somebody
God.
doesn't have a good family.
At the wedding of any of our family, that's what the other one has to say. Somebody doesn't have a good family.
I quoted him as the person who doesn't have a good family.
They seem to be living their best life in Tunisia, so I mean, who knows?
They're good on their own.
Just not with Jason around.
Well, Melissa says she knows she doesn't have a good family, but she doesn't know what to put down. Brendan tells her to calm down, but Melissa says she cannot. There are too many blank branches on her family tree. So Brendan tells her it's not a big deal and asks what happened to making the whole thing up. Well, Jason grabs a piece of paper she threw on the ground and says she tried, but it was not believable. Brendan takes a look and sees that Melissa put down that Cinderella is her mother and the Lion King is her father.
Why lie about who her dad is?
Right.
If I was Eric, I'd be hurt.
If I was Melissa, I'd be like, my dad's the only cool one.
Right?
My dad is Hulk Hogan.
Right. I'm surprised she wasn't like, Dad, who do you want to marry? Cindy Crawford? Okay, my mom is Cindy Crawford. Brendan tells him, let's do this the right way, and tells Jason to get a piece of paper in an Entertainment Weekly. Jason asks, what am I, your intern? And Melissa yells at him to just do it, and immediately Jason apologizes and goes to get the magazine and paper.
Got his ass.
Right. Well, the next scene, I know we played a couple already, but this is going to be our scene where Brendan approaches Coach McGurk, who is sitting on his bed.
So, what? You sleeping in my bed now?
I am blind, Brendan. I have no idea where I am.
Looks like you made a lot of money today, huh?
Oh, yeah. Turns out that psychics make a lot of money.
Hey, let me ask you something. I've always wanted to know, like, how do you see the visions? Like, does it come to you in, like, a metaphor? Does it come to you, like, in a weird kind of acronym? Or how does...
Basically, it's fairly easy. I make them up.
You make it up?
Well, I mean, people will believe anything.
Wait a minute. No, I know you're psychic. You predicted the chocolate milk thing.
No, I didn't. I just told you about it. The lunch lady told me to put away the milk before. I forgot, left it out in the sun, and it went bad. Then I told you about it.
Wait, so you're not even psychic?
Of course not. You insane?
But I told everybody you were. This is embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing, Brendan. I'm making money. And you keep your mouth shut about it, Brendan, because I'm doing a big seance, which means more money, and I don't need you wrecking it.
I can't even look at you right now. Hey, give me that. What the hell is this? You're reading a magazine?
Yeah, I like magazines.
Well, you're supposed to be blind. Absolutely despicable. You make me sick. Coach, when did you get your sight back?
Well, it's immaterial, Brendan.
When did you get your sight back?
Well, I was blind for a little while.
Okay, were you blind when we took off your bandages?
Yes.
Okay. Were you blind when you broke my fish tank?
No.
Okay. Were you blind when you peed all over the hallway?
No.
Were you drunk?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I pinpoint a time that I have not been blind and drunk?
Mm-hmm.
No.
How's your vision now?
It's pretty great.
Okay, let me tell you something. I'm not going to tell anybody about making us fraud, but I want 50% of everything you made today, everything you're going to make at the seance.
Whoa.
Yes.
Brendan.
50%.
What happened to the holier than thou? I was doing the wrong thing attitude from you about a minute ago. Now you want my money.
A couple minutes ago, I didn't know you were a fraud.
I see. I like your style.
Yeah, it's all right.
You're a liar and a cheat. That's cool. I'll give you 10%.
5.
Okay. You went down, by the way.
What?
You just went down.
I did?
Yeah, I offered you 10. You said 5.
I meant to say 20?
Probably.
I'm surprised you let him know.
You're right.
He cares about Brendan. That's what he's like, chocolate milk, don't drink it.
Yeah. Well, of course, on the bed, we have the classic bed gnome. He was there.
Yeah.
One part that made me laugh, and I won't get too in the weeds about the plot of Tommy, but he witnesses a traumatic event, and basically someone involved tells him, you didn't see anything, you didn't hear anything, and you're not going to say anything. And that's why he's deaf, dumb, and blind, right? So there's a point where when McGurk spills the beans to Brendan that he's not psychic, he's like, and you're not going to say anything. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. Well, now we're at the seance, and Melissa and Jace inform everyone they need to keep their table talk down to a minimum and turn off all cell phones and pagers. Can I tell you something? When, literally up until I did the breakdown of this episode, I thought, because this is a seance, I thought Jason said keep your tabletops to a minimum, inferring oh, it's a seance and your table might get all shake. And then I'm like, he says table talk. I run an open mic where I literally say the same fucking thing every goddamn fucking night. And I genuinely, up until yesterday when I did the breakdown, I was like, yeah, he always said keep your tabletops to a minimum. Ooh,
if you wouldn't have said anything, I'd still believe that because I had no idea either.
Also, he says table talk. There are no tables.
No.
Well, table talk is just a general talking amongst yourselves during a show, whether there's a table or not.
I always thought table talk involved tables as well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sure.
No, we're dumb.
No. What I'm saying is I can say it to a bar full of people and it still counts. And even if the chairs were arranged like normal with no tables, I think table talk is still the correct thing to say as far as keep your table talk to a minimum.
Yeah.
I think people would understand, but
Yeah.
I think I'd be like, where are the tables?
Right. I think in my mind, table talk involves tables because when you're sitting at a table with somebody, it's more casual and
Right.
oh, I can talk to this person. But when you're all just facing the stage, I feel like it goes without saying shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You would think
I was
it
gonna say
goes without
You have
saying.
to literally say it before they get it.
And then say it a few more times, and then sometimes ask them nicely and say it, and then they get mad at you for saying it.
Yeah. You can cut this if you want, but when I went and saw Sinners, the guy stood at the front and said, hey, listen, this is 70 millimeter. Please just put your phone away, blah, 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 blah. And then I was sitting there and I had an empty seat next to me. Someone came over, sat down, immediately pulls out their phone, bright as fuck. I was so angry, and I turned, and they saw me turn, and they put it away and got up and left. And I was like, yeah, okay, good.
Good.
You mean mugged him?
Oh, dude, I am such a little fucking asshole when I'm in the movies and someone's talking or doing shit. Oh, I'm a piece of shit, and I will not apologize.
That's fair.
Well, we are at the seance, and after they tell everyone to keep their table talk down, they introduce McGurk as the blind prophet. Okay. Now, Blind Prophet was actually kind of a comedy sketch that Brendan Small did a long time way back where It's essentially what this bit is, but it was something that always cracked up Brendan about these like prophets or people who talk to the dead, where it was just a guy standing there and someone would come up and they're like, who was I? And he's like, you were Abraham Lincoln. Next. And a woman comes up and who was I? You were Cleopatra. Next. Like,
sorry, this is driving me nuts, and I feel like a pervert, but I can tell that those two girls behind are Adelberg wives.
Yeah.
I wrote that down while we were watching the episode. Yes, you clocked it. Behind like the kind of front row are two blonde women that, are very Adelbergian.
That's very interesting because I didn't even notice them, but I didn't notice someone had like a purse with a monkey purse in the front row.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
Yep.
But if you look dead center, there is just like Adelberg cleavage.
Yeah. Coach McGurk comes out and asks the group if anyone has lost a loved one. He doesn't seem to get a response at first. And I love the part where he's like, between this hand and this hand, all the way back.
He's trying. This just screams Teresa Caputo, this method.
Oh, 100%.
It's like I'm getting somebody whose name starts with a J.
J-E?
Half of my family? This shit drives me so nuts, dude. Our mom would watch that Long Island Medium shit, and it would drive me up a fucking wall. I'm like, Mom, if this woman ever stopped me on the street, I'd be like, do not do not approach me, Brendan, when I sleep.
They're grifters.
That is how you get hurt. So Coach, again, gets no response and almost angrily says, you mean to tell me in this room full of people that none of you know someone who died? And then goes on to say, it is statistically impossible that no one here knows someone who died. So he gets frustrated and finally asks if anyone wants him to channel some dead celebrities, which does elicit a response from the crowd. So we have Coach doing a few impressions, and I guarantee there is probably, we hear like 5 or 6, but there's probably like 20, 30 on the cutting room floor. I'm sure H. John Benjamin just went to town. So the first few impressions, he does Jimmy Stewart saying he misses making movies. And then he does John Wayne, again claiming he misses doing movies. He does the JFK line, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. He does Carson. He does Zeus, god of lightning and thunder. He does Jimmy Cagney. I had to look this one up. Do you know the ventriloquist guy that
Jeff
would do?
Dunham?
It might have been before him.
People are going to start thinking you're a Jeff Dunham fan.
I used to be. That was the problem.
I mean, I feel like when he first came out, I think everybody was a little bit.
Yeah, they were like, ha, Peanut, ha, Walter, ha, the racist, really fucking racist one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think after a while I was like, wait
a minute.
are they all just racist?
Uh-huh.
I'm starting to think that maybe the puppets aren't the racist one. A sneaking suspicion. Okay, so there's one where he's doing like little hand mouth things and he's just saying, "Sarai, sarai, 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 sarai." I had to look this up. There was an old Spanish ventriloquist named Senor Wins, Wences, I think. But that was like something he would do. It just kind of go back and forth to be like, "It's all right, it's all right."
I thought you were going to say Senior Twigitsky or whatever.
Senior
his cat's
Twigitsky.
name was.
No, this was, you can actually, I think he was on Johnny Carson, as a matter of fact. And dude, it kind of reminded me of last episode, Definite Possible Murder, because I'm watching like some of the video and I'm like, his lips are moving. He's not even. And then finally he asks if anyone has a question for King Arthur of the Round Table. Even asking one audience member in particular, you in the blue shirt. That's when someone speaks up saying, McGurk, I thought you were blind.
I just realized this was taking place in Brendan's house.
Yes.
You can see his TV behind him.
And I just realized, I believe that's the fucking heckler from the episode where like, McGurk's a bum.
Are you sure?
Let me.
He had a hat on.
Well, it was a sports game.
That's true.
He's dressed up.
Yeah, he's dressed up.
I think he just cleaned up a little bit. I think that's the heckler.
That was 3 seasons ago. He aged.
Yeah.
Changed a wee bit.
Let me look.
I also love it. The thing that you have to do when you're doing impressions is saying the name of the character that you were trying to do the impression of in the impression.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're doing good.
Yeah. I try to do a Christopher Walken, and I don't know where I go. Like, I feel so confident when I start it, and then like I get like halfway through, and I'm like, oh, this is going off a cliff.
I have him here. His mustache is a little different. I don't know if it's the same guy per se. This is season 1 Home Movies.
If you told me that character grew his hair out and changed his mustache, I'd be like, okay, I guess.
People change. They're allowed.
Yeah, I mean, the grandfather is the same character and changed 3 times.
Yeah.
Basically.
So in my headcanon, I'll agree with you.
I think it is, especially because he is the one who's calling out McGurk.
McGurk killed that guy.
And so he's really psychic. He's talking to him.
Oh my God. Dude, we have McGurk's point of view and he's talking to the guy, and then we have the crowd point of view and the guy's not there. So nobody called out McGurk. He called himself out. Yep, we figured it out. Obviously, that's what it is.
It's a ghost.
We pieced it together.
So, yeah, this is the guy that calls him out. And when he's like, McGurk, I thought you were blind. He's like, I am blind. He's like, I thought you were King Arthur. That's when the guy calls him a phony and tells him he wants his money back. Well, Coach tells everyone, hold on, let's relax. I can explain the whole thing. I just need to make my way to this door because there's something outside the door that will explain everything. And then he just leaves.
I mean, it's best to just cut it off. Just rip it like a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
What are we going to do here?
Yeah, that's right. So the next scene, we see Brendan, Jason, and Melissa sitting at a table along with Paula and Josie.
Look at that spaghetti eating. That's how kids eat.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why
Jason.
That's why you're not having kids?
I mean, there's several reasons.
Just that one, dude. I can't watch someone eat sketty like that.
Sketty.
They put it in their ears.
Well, Jason confesses he made up the entire thing about Pipopo's family tree.
Jason.
And that Pipopo escaped a year ago.
And this is where I wrote, Jason's ferret is dead. Who would have guessed?
Then he claims, I'm not even sure I had a ferret in the first place. And then goes on to say that he doesn't think there is even such thing as a ferret. So Melissa tells him it's okay. They didn't really believe the story anyway. And Brendan points out that his imaginary ferret has a bigger family tree than he does. But Paula points out it's not bad having a small family. Sometimes a small family is a good thing. For example, they don't have to send out a lot of Christmas cards. Melissa asks Brendan what they're going to put down for Josie. And Brendan points out that she is adopted, but her parents wanted to remain anonymous.
This is the first time they've actually said she was adopted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Wait till the second to last episode to tell
For
you that.
real.
Yeah.
Not that they just kidnapped this child.
Now, here's a little bit of a fan theory that's floating around. Because she does say that the parents wanted to remain anonymous. I notice a very similar skin tone between Josie and, let's say, Melissa and Eric.
So you think Paula and Eric... No, because Paula would have been pregnant.
Right.
That's true.
I think this might have been... Some people think this might have been either Eric and his wife or the result of his wife's fooling around, that they gave up the baby for adoption, wanted to remain anonymous, but that's why, I mean, Eric lives pretty close by.
You'd think Eric and Paula would be closer, though, if that
were the truth, yeah. She's been
anonymous, so maybe they did it like because they didn't want Eric to find out.
Or they didn't want Paula to know that it was, who knows? This is all silly fan theory, not really.
But it makes it more interesting for me.
It does, yeah. Well, they'd say even though her parents wanted to remain anonymous, they think that Josie is the child of Don Ho and Eartha Kitt.
I love Eartha Kitt.
I don't know who either of those people are.
You will take Madame Zeroni up the mountain.
Oh,
that's Eartha Kitt. Yeah.
She was Yzma.
Yep, absolutely.
This is when we cut to the final scene, which is Melissa presenting her family tree. On the very bottom, we see Melissa, and on the top, we see her mom is Cinderella, and her dad is Jesse Ventura.
Again, still lying about her dad.
Yep.
I would be hurt if I was Eric.
She goes on to explain she has 7 brothers, Happy, Sleepy, Dopey, Doc, Grumpy, Lumpy, and Stu, and that every week, her uncle, Hulk Hogan, comes over to read her a bedtime story.
No comment.
I won't.
You cringed when they showed that, or when they said Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. I was. No, Hulk Hogan's a very bad person who should not be talking to anybody, and no one should ever believe anything he ever said. But it's also very funny that Jesse Ventura was on the list because Hulk Hogan actually sold Jesse Ventura out because Jesse was trying to unionize the wrestlers.
Yeah. I remember that story.
And Hulk Hogan told on him to Vince McMahon and ruined it.
Damn.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Union bustin' Hogan. Yeah. That's why when Uncle Hulk comes over, Jesse leaves. Yeah. Jesse's like, I can't be here.
I did like the fact she said WWF. That just relives the good old days.
Right.
You're right.
Who knew Melissa was a wrestling fan?
Yep.
Apparently.
I want to give a shout out to fan of the pod, Diana, who actually emailed us after Hogan died to be like, hey, I don't know if you caught that Hogan is on Melissa's family tree. And I was like, oh, yeah.
I didn't even think.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know this was ever coming.
Yeah. Now we have Jason doing a reenactment of Pipopo's first cross-Atlantic adventure. I like it. They mentioned in commentary, they're like, his puppets are better character models than a lot of the characters in this show. They were just laughing at like how incredibly detailed the puppets were versus some of the background characters that end up in the show. Jason is telling the story of Pipopo's first cross-Atlantic adventure coming to the New World to escape the Red Menace. He plays out a scene where the ferret claims his name is Pipopowitz, but the guard tells him in America it's just Pipopo. The scene plays out and we slowly hear the music from Timmy swell in the background. And at the end of the scene, Jason is holding up the two puppets, and that flashes to a scene of him as Timmy with angel wings and a halo flying up into the air.
Oh, you want me to play that?
Oh, no. That's just how the scene ends. Yeah.
I don't know what that implied. I think it was just cool.
It was really cool. And I'm like, did they just imply this kid died? But yeah, he's just flying off. And gang, that is the end of season 4, episode 12, Temporary Blindness.
I went back to look at the family tree of the ferrets, and Elvis is on it, along with Thomas Jefferson.
Madeline.
Nice.
Archie Goodwin. I don't know who that is.
Yeah. So my assumption is Jason's parents did not respond and send him his family tree, so he just made up the story and family tree of Pipopo. When you showed that where the family tree was, I saw the back of Natasha's head.
Oh, yeah.
There she is.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So there you go. Season 4, episode 12. Gang, I think it's safe to say, I love this episode. They have a whole song about me. It's pretty dope.
I've always wondered, because, you were always Tim when we were kids.
Right.
And we kind of called you Timmy. We never called you Timothy.
No.
But I always feel like this was a big reason you went with Timmy.
Yeah, this in South Park, it's like, I can't... Dude, when South Park came out and they're like, hey, check out this new character. His name is Timmy, and all he does is scream his name. And then just for years, people walking down the hall and like, Timmy! And I'm like, oh, yeah, from the cartoon thing.
First time I was talking about Tim to my friend, to Nate, I was like, yeah, he goes by Timmy Blaze, and immediately Nate's like, Timmy!
Yeah. It's
Tim gets that, and I get Adele, like the singer?
Like the singer?
Singer? The popular singer?
No, not at all, actually, no.
Actually, way different.
You have a good voice.
I agree.
Sometimes.
I agree. Well, gang, what are our thoughts?
Timmy ran away.
Timmy ran away. I love that voice. Like, run away, Timmy.
There's that I loved McGurk in this, obviously.
Yeah.
Like he went from like just this really this goofus to this terrible person, which is just the spectrum of McGurk. He was just, okay, I'm laughing, I'm high as shit, I'm drinking, I'm paying for LASIK eye surgery very cheaply, doesn't even pay the man to scamming people. He's just a scammer. Immediately goes back into the grift.
Yeah.
I did the Timmy stuff was really fun, but I I had no idea what was going on. I was like, they're just doing Timmy.
It's so funny because it probably wasn't like this. The first time I'm like, that's my name. And like that was basically, I really did not pay that much attention. I thought it was very catchy. But once, you picked up a Tommy spoof, the whole premise of Tommy, and then you're like, oh yeah, okay, I see now. I'm paying attention to the lyrics. He lost his peripheral vision and got a lisp and he can't smell. I get, okay, that is actually really funny. So yeah, I've always loved this episode. And yeah, the Timmy song and video Craig will traditionally send me on my birthday every year as a little like a happy birthday thing. So
boom,
there you go.
And now you'll be receiving one from me as well.
Good. I hope someone who worked on home movies puts that link on my Facebook during my birthday.
Some of them listen.
I know. And if it happens, I'll be like, we did it, gang.
Oh, Stephen Rogan did wish me a happy birthday on my Facebook page. I was like, oh, that's
sweet.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
He knows I have a birthday.
It's mostly, oh, he sees what I'm sharing.
Yay. That's all right. That's all right. Well, let's do how we always do. And let's start with a grade for Jason.
He did really well as Timmy. Like, I always have said from the beginning, Jason is a good actor.
100% agree.
Which is why I got really upset in defense of him in camp when they're like, you've never acted before, have you? In makeup, on set.
You haven't really acted with glitter.
And even just like the expressionless just face of Timmy. And I think I enjoyed him more acting, not saying anything, and just like portraying it. And then just the funny lines of him talking about his parents in Tunisia. Where is Tunisia?
Yeah.
Very, very funny. It wasn't killing me like he has in other episodes, whether in a good way or a bad way. Honestly, just A. Just straight up A.
Hey, that's good.
Hey,
that's good.
Hey, that's good. It's scary because I'm sitting here I only have one more to judge of Jason. And it's like, I don't know how he's going to be in the last episode. And I don't want him to fade away as a stinker. And
you want him to end on a high note.
I really, really, really do.
You've given him 2 A+ so far, have you not?
Yeah, I've given him 2 A+. It was season 4, episode 1, and then the other one at the Warden. Those are the ones. So I just want him. I'm trying not to be biased and be like, oh, well, it's the last episode. I got to give him an A+. I want him to win me over for that time. But in this episode, just an A.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very well deserved, I think. Obviously, I think Jason crushed it as Timmy. And dude, I wish I knew specifically the animator that did Timmy, but dude, that was so just knocked it out of the park. Like, so well done.
I think it's the best animation of the entire series.
Yeah. A lot going on and just those real quick 2-3 minute bursts.
Oh yeah, especially because the last time we saw something that detailed was the camp episode where McGurk was going crazy and was just the flashing in the forest.
The camp, and then it also gave me a little reminiscence of like the end of Renaissance, like
all the background catches and all the people in the background. If I had to guess, I would say Damon Wong. I would. Probably.
He didn't work on this episode.
He didn't?
Oh yeah, because we looked at that.
And we found out that later on in like seasons 3 and 4. They were essentially broken into 2 groups, and it was like the A group and the B group. And as Group A was working on episode 10, Group B is working on episode 11. So there are some times where like, oh, Damon didn't even do this episode. Might he have come in and helped out here and there? Sure, possibly, but he's not credited in this episode at all. So I don't think it was Damon Wong.
That's interesting.
I don't know. This is what drives me nuts about the commentary, because so much I don't know if they're like, is this a bit? Or is this genuine? When Brendan is like, we gave all the Timmy scenes to this Norwegian kid and he just nailed it. I'm like, is that a joke? Or did they hire someone?
Was it Norwegian or Hungarian? Because you said Hungarian earlier.
Oh, I did say Hungarian. I'm sorry.
So was that a joke?
A hungry joke.
Yeah.
No, I wrote down Hungarian because that's what he said. He said some Hungarian. We gave it to a Hungarian kid and he nailed it. So I don't know if that was like,
we got to track this guy down.
Yeah. Or if he was just making a joke like, yeah, we just gave it to some kid. He did great.
Or maybe one of the art directors is a Hungarian dude.
Right.
Oh, that's fair.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. So
I was going to ask you, Craig, because when you were on last time, you said that there's like top 5 episodes and like they always cycle through. History always stays. But where is this one?
This is one that comes in and out too.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, I love this episode, but it's not in my top 5.
Okay. I don't know. Is it a spoiler to ask what your top 5 are?
Well, I mean, it's not really because it's not the last one either.
Okay.
I mean, history's always in there. Renaissance. What the hell's the other one? Right next to Renaissance.
Guitarmageddon.
There you go. I love Time to Pay the Price, and it sounds like you guys don't. That one actually, I was like, you guys don't like that one?
We didn't. Why didn't we like that one?
I love It's Time to Pay the Price.
I just didn't think I thought that was a good Jason episode.
I'm trying to remember everything that happened in that episode.
It was the one where they got Major Chip Hazard man came and hates children, so he wanted to force his...
It was literally the one where they go to Scared Straight.
Oh, that's the one Jason got an A+.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But I think the episode, though, I don't think you gave that like a good grade. Yeah.
I don't think it was one of my favorites. And it's, for me, a good episode is the ending. Like the ending, if it comes in and it like really hammers home that ending and like really like hits it, I'm like, oh, that was a great episode. Those are my favorite. Like Guitarmageddon is like the way that it ends is such a like good ending. And I think that's usually my criteria. If it has a great ending, I really like it. And then if It's Time to Pay the Price was just on that one note where it's like, oh, we can't say it. We can't, because if I do, then it means I end every episode the same way. Da 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 da.
Hey, it happens. They even mention it in the commentary of this episode about shoehorning endings in. And like you said, like the save some for me. Let's go.
Sometimes we just got to get out of there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they even mentioned the ending. They're like, yep. And then we just kind of flash between the two storylines. And then that's the ending.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So do we want to, let's do grades for the episode. Who wants to go first with that, or shall I?
I'll go first.
It's Adele.
I liked this episode. I really like High McGurk and how he's just a lovey guy when he's high. It was really funny. I really liked the part where McGurk like gets in Brennan's face after he wakes him up from a nap, because that was me coded very long ago when I was younger. I did not like being waked up from naps. Woke up. Overall, I really liked it. I'm going to give it an A-.
A-. Nice. Not too shabby.
Oh, I'll give it an A for the someone doesn't have a good family.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Very fair. I think that's a good grade for this episode. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next. I really liked the Timmy animation, and I think that just how much detail went into that, tied with probably one of the funniest McGurk, just him sucking on a chair in the background and being high. I really enjoyed that part. Even if the ending was... Well, it wrapped it up with Timmy, and it came out. It wasn't like, haha, here's a good bit. Like, like here's a save some for me, or here's like a real pinch on it. But they did wrap it up. I really liked it. I think there was a lot of detail that went into it. And I think there was a lot of jokes. And the lore drops, they were just like bang, bang, bang. Like Josie, Melissa, and how she feels about her mom, Jason and his family, and then not having like any lunch there was really fun. I really liked the episode. I gave it an A+.
Nice.
Damn.
Heck yeah. All right, brother. You want to give your grade, or do you want me to?
I'll go. I mean, you kind of just touched on, there's a lot of things I like about this episode, but this is the first one where they actually, I mean, I obviously have seen these 1.5 million times, but I always thought it was weird that they wait till the second to last episode to give you any information about Josie.
Yeah.
Just like slightly off from all the rest of them. Like, where the fuck did she come from?
Yep.
So, I mean, you get that. There's a lot of nostalgia for this one for me. Tim already he already said it. For every year since Facebook has existed, I've put that Timmy on there on his birthday. So I've got that. I quote it quite a bit. And then the actual musical for Timmy, another one of my times where I could not sleep. I caught the musical Tommy. And I watched it from the beginning to the end, and I was so fucking blown away. And when my parents woke up that morning, I asked them, how many fucking drugs were you guys on when you saw that movie? It is out there. So, I mean, there's a lot of nostalgia value for me. But like I said before, it's not my absolute favorite one, but it does bring back a lot of bangers. So I would give it an A.
Nice.
Just a straight A.
A. That's funny because we always compare Josie to Donnie from the Wild Thornberrys because Donnie's also adopted.
Yeah. Damn.
Well, last but least, we've got me giving my grade. Obviously, I really like this episode. It's that weird thing, like whenever you're watching something and you're like, that's my name. That's yeah, Tommy is a trip. So like the Timmy thing, I was like, oh, that's hilarious. I love this episode. I love the story. Hi McGurk, the whole psychic thing. Don't drink the chocolate milk. It's so weird to me because I would probably say the same. Like this one will pop in and out of my top 5 maybe sometimes, but it's not really like, yeah, this one is always there. But also like, I think this is an S tier episode. I'm going to give it an S.
Do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many S's is that now?
I've given 73, 74 maybe.
It's been a hot minute since you gave one though.
Yeah, I think I'm like, maybe I'm handing out S's a little too willy-nilly, gilly, silly Billy here.
I actually wrote down a prediction earlier that Adele was going to give it an S tier. And I wrote that down the second I saw Dwayne. I was like, oh, Adele's going to do an S tier.
I wish Dwayne was in it more. If Dwayne was in it more, I probably would have.
Yeah.
That's something I forgot to mention. That this is my favorite Dwayne too. Him as Dr. Robot.
Yeah. I really like this episode a lot. Obviously, I relate to it a little bit more. I did post this exact screenshot that's up right now, which is Jason as Timmy with his hands up, the angel wings. Posted that on the Home Movies Brendan posting. It was just like Timmy appreciation thread posted by me, Timmy Blaze. You'll never guess how I feel. Yeah, this episode is always just going to have a little special spot in my heart because of the Timmy song. And I'm just very happy that surrounding that at its core, it's still such a good episode and so fun. So, yeah, I'll always remember. Don't drink the chocolate milk. The chocolate milk has gone bad.
I also just the last detail I'll add about it is the way that it cuts back and forth between Jason and Timmy. Mm-hmm. And then the Statue of Liberty on the background left is on the chalkboard, and then it keeps cutting back to the real Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. When he's flying away as like an angel, the Statue of Liberty is in the background.
I mean, I don't know what the symbolism of that is, but sure.
Yeah. Let's just go with some freedom something.
Yes.
I was going to say. Adele didn't like it. Look. Yes.
The last thing I forgot to mention is I'm always going to be a sucker for Melissa. I told you guys in my last one.
Yeah.
She's my favorite character.
Yeah.
So when they give her a little bit of depth, even if it's bad, I get excited about it because I like to see that with her.
Yeah. We love badass Melissa, but I also enjoy when she gets to be vulnerable Melissa too.
Yeah.
I mean, I like how humanizing they have done for her for the past 2 seasons, especially what do you mean? Why can't I cheat with you guys? Huh?
Yeah.
Why do I have to eavesdrop on you in order to understand?
Yeah. Well, you never let me cheat on you. Well, that's because I work really hard.
Valid.
So, yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much covered. Is there anything else about this episode or anything in general we wanted to bring up before we get on out of here?
No.
Well, Craig, thanks again for being a guest. You nailed it.
Thank you. I don't feel like I speak very much, but when I do, I like it.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me keep coming.
Yeah, of course, dude. So that's it for this episode. Do I say it?
Yeah.
We got one episode left, gang.
It's rough. It is a rough one.
Wild to think about.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
It's weird, right? Because you watch something, and I think at some point you're like, man, I wish I could watch this for the first time, or you realized, oh, this is one of the times I'm gonna wish that I can watch this again.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a series that I have been told to watch forever, and I've just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. So it's insane that it was so quick.
Yeah,
it really was.
One episode, and next episode I'm gonna go into it blind.
Yeah. Adele's not going to watch it with me beforehand. So Adele and Marcin will be going into this series finale not knowing anything.
So we can be extra emotional. And you know what?
Yeah.
It's better that way.
I think so.
I'm thinking about bringing my camera and getting reactions.
Do it.
Go
sure.
for it.
We could set up a camera like we did with when Chris was here.
Yeah. which I I edited some TikToks and I just never posted them.
That's fair.
Oh, well, gang, that's going to do it for us. And I guess as far as this episode being over and us only having one episode left, all I have to say is...
Wait a second. Who played Paula again?
Janine DeTulio.
You mean Janine Coolio? I wrote that down earlier and I forgot to.
We out.
Sure you're not a dad?
Actually, it was a good joke, Adele.
Woo! Woo!
That's going to do it for this episode of Rewatching Home Movies. Join us next week for the series finale, Focus Grill. If you liked what you heard, check out our link tree at linktree/RHMPod. There you can like, follow, and subscribe. Send us an email to request free stickers, or leave us a 5-star review. Like this 5-star review, titled, Everyone's Entitled to My Opinion. What a lovely podcast. The hosts are all charming, and it's fun to hear all the insights from behind the scenes. I'm honestly kind of angry I didn't have the idea for this podcast and actually do something about it first. I'm only a superfan of a few things in this world, and home movies happens to be one of them. I have quite a few of the characters tattooed on my legs and will continue adding more. Thank you for that 5-star review. And thank you, Craig, for being a guest, as well as Nick for the refresh of our logo, and Chris Bongat for the lo-fi version of our theme song. On behalf of myself, Tim, and my co-host Marcin, and Adele, thank you for rewatching home movies with us. We'll see you next week. Bye.